Well, good morning. Happy Monday. It's August, excuse me. It is October. Boy, I went back in the past. It's October the 11th, Monday morning. Thank you guys for coming on, whether you're coming on live or later on. I just want to let you know I appreciate you. Um, this is just for today. I'm Lisa Kaye with Promise Resource Network, and this is an offering. That we started a while back before the pandemic. It is just a slogan in the rooms. And when I say the rooms, I mean AA, NA, and Al-Anon. And just for today is pretty simple. Can we take something someone says, someone does, something we observe, whatever the thing is that enters our mind and penetrates our heart, could we consider it to add to our recovery journey, even if it's just for today? Some things we may not want to think about doing for a lifetime, but could we look at it for just this moment, for just this day, to see if it's helpful? And if it is, maybe we'll grab a hold of it for a lot longer. But good morning. Thank you guys for chiming on this morning. We got Mr. Bob in the house. Thank you, Bob, for your support and coming on in the mornings. And Aaron Wells coming off of vacation, so he better not be late coming back to work today. Glad he's back. Thank you, Aaron. And we got Miss Courtney up this morning saying good morning to everybody. And Miss Erin P saying good morning. Kim saying good morning. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. If you hear some growling in the background, don't be concerned that it's a mountain lion that has entered my home. It is a 7-pound long-haired Chihuahua that is playing because it feels so good outside. She just came in the house and she is just like kicking up her heels. And isn't it beautiful how our animals respond to the change of weather so much better than I do? They are welcoming the cooler mornings. So they, of course, come in and they are playing. And so if you hear growling, don't get concerned or running around. I don't have a horse. I have a lab and a little Chihuahua running around like it is Christmas. So bear with me. Life happens, right? Those are my little fur babies. But good morning, guys. I wanted to bring something to you this morning that I experienced this weekend here at my house. And in my comings and goings this weekend. And it's something that, I always tell too much sometimes, but I'm an open book, so it's okay. I believe that as long as my heart's pure and I do it with kindness and all of that, I just want to put out in the universe what I'm experiencing so others may see something, even if it's just for today. And the topic this morning is just something that we throw around all the time. And we say we do it, or we say we have a hard time with it. And there's like 12 steps to be able to do this or not to do this and all kind of things. But I just want to break it down to some simple things this morning that I discovered as I dove into it. And this is forgiveness. And I have not been walking in forgiveness for a while now over a certain circumstance that's within my home. And so my home has become very, feels weird. I don't want to say toxic. I'm not really sure what all that word means, but just some non-forgiveness, some situations. And I don't bring it to work. I don't bring it to a lot of my friends. So you probably don't even realize it. And that's just the way Lisa Kaye likes it, because it's really mine to deal with. But as I walked through it, I wanted to share this morning that forgiveness for me was kind of came to a head this weekend. And it wasn't anything that was verbally said out loud. It was just within my reading. I kept saying, I just don't feel, oh, you lost me. Let's see. Am I back yet? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys let me know that you're out there? I just got a text message from Aaron that I lost you guys. Okay, I'm not sure what happened. I have full bars. Sorry, weird. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. But yes, I've got full bars, so I don't know. I apologize for that. But anyway, well, in that the way it is, we're talking about forgiveness and, there's something trying to keep that message from being heard this morning. But I heard it loud and clear. She may have to reload the page. Um, can y'all still see or hear me? Let me know. I'm seeing that you are, and then maybe you're not. Mhm. Okay. All right. I'm going to assume I'm back. If I'm not, let me know. Um, okay. Thank you. All right. Because the other week I spent a whole 30 minutes talking to myself, and that wasn't fun. But anyway, forgiveness, guys. So in my home, there's a situation going on, and, nobody's talking about it. It's like the big elephant in the room and all these kind of things. And I've kind of walked in it. Um, Oh, okay. Thank you, Angela. Glad to see you, Angela, too. By the way, thank you for letting me know that. So, as I began to think about some of the dynamics that went on this weekend in my home, I saw myself doing something a little bit differently. And because I don't know if you're like me, but after you walk in something for a while, it just gets tiresome. It just gets tiresome. And and so for me, it was about trying to figure out forgiveness. I'm not in a space right now that I can do a lot of verbalizing about it, but I got to start with me. So this morning, I want to read something to you in my recovery material and just a few thoughts, and that just came loud and clear. And hopefully today, you can apply it to your life, even if it's just for today. There's somebody out there that there's some turmoil with, there's some conflict with, and forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for us, so we can move on. But I want to read to you out of my recovery material about forgiveness. And I think that we talk about forgiving, but do we? Is it just one of those words we keep throwing around? Do we spend time thinking about forgiving? Is a big friggin' deal, guys. And we need to spend more time thinking about our part in that. And that's why I'm bringing it to you today, because I needed it. So, the most loving form of detachment I have found has been forgiveness. Hey, Miss Karen, glad you're on. Instead of thinking of it as an eraser to wipe another's slate clean or a gravel that I pound to pronounce someone's not guilty, I think of forgiveness as a pair of scissors. I use it to cut the string of resentment that bind me to a problem or a past hurt. By releasing resentment, I set myself free. When I'm consumed with negativity over another person's behavior, we're talking consumed. Yeah, consumed. Nothing worse. I have lost my focus. I needed, wait a minute, okay, I have to say this morning. I needn't tolerate what I consider unacceptable, but wallowing in negativity will not alter the situation. If there is action to take, I am faced to take it. Where I am powerless to change the situation, I will turn it over to my higher power. By truly letting go, I detach and forgive. When my thoughts are full of bitterness, fear, self pity, and dreams of revenge, there is little room for love, for the quiet voice of guidance within me. Let me read that again. Some of us are walking in our day, whether you're going to work, school, play, working with your children's, your community, whatever that is. I need you to really hear this, because you're going to interact with other people today. I want you to really, really hear this, because I had to really, really hear it. Really. When my thoughts are full of bitterness, fear, and self pity, and dreams of revenge. Now, when we talk about revenge, we're not specifically talking about revenge like, I'm going to beat that person up or I'm going to take that person's life. Revenge, we tend to think about as such this big act. Revenge can be just the slightest word or phrase said in the wrong way in the wrong time to the wrong person, that is probably worse than a full-fledged physical attack. Revenge. There is little room for love, for the quiet voice of guidance within me. So when we're filled with these kind of things, whether you're going into a meeting today, you're going to be interacting with a group today, maybe it's something with your family. I know with me it was. Whatever it is, if you are going in with these kind of thoughts, it is hard to come out with love and solution. I'm willing to love myself enough to admit that resentments hold me back, and then I can let them go. So just for today, every time I try to tighten the noose of resentment, another around someone's neck, I am really only choking myself. Today, I will practice forgiveness instead. A part of me wants to cling to the old resentments, but I know that the more I forgive, the better my life works. The more I forgive, the better my life works. Well, let's talk about that just a minute. Let me know you're out there and what you think about this. What I really want to bring to you this morning, we all know the definition of forgiveness. We all have heard about forgiveness. We all try to practice forgiveness, and we definitely want people to forgive us for our shortcomings when we opened our mouth when we shouldn't, when we let our emotions get the best of us, or we didn't say anything at all. We just ignored. Whatever that case is, we know family resentments can run very, very deep for long periods of time. And, we don't invite so-and-so to the Thanksgiving dinner, right? Or we invite them and then there's this elephant in the room, right? And it really binds us. So when it's in your own home or your workplace, or your school, or your community, these are places where we live and grow, we love and we stretch and flex, right? And so it's a part of our life. I mean, I'm at work or doing work activities more than I am anything else in my life, right? So, and then the rest of my time I spent, here at my home, navigating my own home, that was just supposed to be my serenity. It's supposed to be my peace. It's supposed to be my little part of the world that is mine, that I can run to at the end of the day and feel shelter and love and peace. And for some of us, that's not the case, right? And it may just be something really little, or maybe something big. I don't know. But it can trip us up. So just for today, I want you to consider some of these things. So forgiveness is really essential for our spiritual growth. When we sit in resentment or anger about someone's behavior, it's really tough. It's really tough to grow in our spirit because it looms over us. It just looms, gives us nightmares. That person or whatever situation happens, and it's just all over us. It's just all over us, and we cannot think of solutions. So there is a thought. I can read to you all about forgiveness and all the 15 steps to blah, blah, blah. You know them, right? But there's something that stood out to me this morning that I want you to consider adding to your recovery journey. I'm going to put it out there. We'll chop it up just a little bit and hear your comments about it. And then we're going to call it a day, guys. I got to go to Charlotte, and my prayer is that I'm going to take this piece that I'm fixing to give you, and I'm going to let it wash all over me, and I'm going to keep it as a blanket around me today as I interact at work. And then I come home to interact at home, because today is a new day for me as far as how I navigate in my home. And I am no longer going to fear or dread being at my own space. And, like nothing dangerous has happened to me. So don't be like, oh gosh, what's going on at Lisa's house? No, like I said, it can be the most subtle behavior or lifestyle that creates Well, like I said, that bust up your serenity. Well, my serenity is getting busted up in my home, and it's been going on for a long time. And I'm the only one that can speak about it, right? So that's what today's about. And I found this nugget I'm going to share with you. See if you find it helpful. And if you do, hope you can apply it for your life today. It's just for today. So when it talked about forgiveness, there were so many things I read in my recovery stuff that I know, we all know, but this one I'd never thought of. So here it goes. Learn to let go and be like water. Rather than attempting to dominate with your forcefulness, be like water. Flow everywhere there's an opening. Soften your hard edges by being more tolerant of contrary opinions. Interface less and substitute listening for directing and telling. When someone offers you their viewpoint, try responding with, I've never considered that before. Thank you. I'll give it some thought. When you give up interfering and opt instead to stream like water, gently, softly, and unabruptly, you become forgiveness itself. Picture yourself as having the same qualities as water. Allow your soft, weak, yielding, fluid self to enter places where you previously were excluded because of your inclination to be solid and hard. Listen to that again. Allow yourself to be soft, guys, just for today. I'm soft and fluid, flowing, where you can enter places that maybe you've never been allowed before because the perception of you is that you're solid and hard and not very flexible. Flow softly into the lives of those with whom you feel conflicted. So after I read that yesterday, and really yesterday afternoon, after watching the Panther-Eagle game, okay, I said, wow, being like water, am I hard in places that I should be soft? And so just for today, as I navigate through my life, I'm going to be quiet more, listen more, and try to figure out as water where to seep in, to flow gently in places that I've never been before. Not being all-knowing, not being so hard and forceful in conversations or in my listening, but to really flow like water. So what are your thoughts on that? Flowing like water. Be more like water today, can you? Just for today? Don't dominate, facilitate. I'm the all-knowing. You're going to hear me out because of my lived experience. And by goodness, nobody has ever walked the road I've walked, and y'all just don't understand. And this is my house. This is mine. This is mine. Point, point, point. You know, driving home, all the things that you feel like you stand on, right? I don't know. I'm tired, guys. I'm older. I'm old. Let's just put it that way. I'm tired. I have to figure out a different way to navigate my life because I have to figure out if a situation, place, or thing, or in person is in my circle that I really need to approach something differently and let go of the rest. So just for today, I'm going to flow like water. I'm going to hear with different ears. I'm going to try to seep in. And when things are said or situations present itself, I'm going to give myself time. I'm going to try to remember water, flow like water, because I do want to be heard. I want to hear other people. I want to be able to forgive. And so as I navigated my home last night and even this morning, I decided to flow like water. And my night was better. My perception of a situation was better. I was a person of very little words. Those of you who know me that go, wow, that's a biggie. But I didn't. I listened and some things came out that gave me some understanding. I slept better. I navigated my house a little differently this morning. So this whole water thing, flow like water. Water is very powerful, right? We know water can come in and flood and just destroy everything. It can push cars. It can push trains and buses. Water with a lot of force, a lot behind it is very powerful. So just because you want to, just for today, flow like water, doesn't mean you're weak at all. It means you're going to seep in, you're going to flow in beautifully and gracefully into places that you've not allowed yourself to go to, or maybe others could perceive you being in because of their perception of you. Just for today, can you think about that? The other point I wanted to bring up that I thought was just like boom about forgiveness is this. Stop looking for occasions to be offended. When you live at or below ordinary levels of awareness, you spend a great deal of time and energy finding opportunities to be offended. I've been that way. When I'm very shallow and I'm very below my level of being, and I'm not flowing like water, I can take anything personally. I can take anything personally, you know, and I can be that person that can easily get offended. And then I want to come at you like a hurricane, right? Well, just for today, stop assuming that everything is about you, is about me, right? Are you going to try to be above ordinary today? That you can see past some things? When we feel offended, it trips us up. We can carry resentment. Sometimes it paralyzes us and we can't move forward. I don't know about you, but my days are precious to me on this back half of my life, this final, whatever you want to call it, of my life. And I want it to be beautiful each and every day. And I think this concept of forgiveness, about being like water, and also walking in light and trying very, very hard, being intentional not to be offended by everything and everybody, to see what parts you play and what light you bring to the table. Let's see what comments we got this morning before we wrap it up and we all head to Charlotte. Miss Darlene is in the house. Oh, thank you, Darlene. I love it when you come see me, spend some time with us. Karen's in the house. Aaron says forgiveness is the key to sustain freedom. So how will you get your freedom today in forgiveness? We all are carrying something around that, right? So our challenge today is, can you be like water? Can you think about your forgiveness and how you walk in your forgiveness today to be like water? Karen says, this really applies to me and my journey. Thanks for sharing this topic today. You're welcome, Karen. Forgiveness creates the blueprint for win-win situations. Aaron Wells quotes today, a win-win. I like that, a win-win situation. Aaron says, you lose nothing by forgiving. You gain nothing by not forgiving. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Available to support, not to control, Aaron says. Absolutely. Oh, Aaron says fortunately, I am a water sign. Yep. Very strong and powerful, but very gentle and smooth. Water can take all kind of forms, right? But our challenge today is, can you enter your day, navigate your day, and operate like water, seeping in, gently moving in to places that maybe you've never been allowed to before, right? Finding those places that you can enter and be soft and flexible and graceful instead of forceful. And by gosh, y'all going to hear me out, right? Right? Can we try that just for today? Darlene says, I need to be led to the water because I am a bad case of affected controlling, which now I have vertigo. Oh my goodness. The current hurricane hit me hard. Oh my goodness, Darlene, I'm so sorry. Please get you some rest. Please do. That vertigo is no joke. Wow. Well, we'll be thinking about you and praying for you today. Keep us posted how you're doing. And thank you for being on this morning. I hope you're laying down and just taking it all in and taking good care of yourself today, Darlene. Darlene says, I'm a water sign too, but my flow has stopped. Oh my goodness, Darlene. Well, you continue taking good care of yourself. That is tough stuff right there. Tough stuff. All right. So the other thing I wanted to say about being offended, when we can walk in or flow in like the water, not being offended is a way to say, I have control over how I am going to feel, and I choose to feel peaceful regardless of what I observe going on. I'm going to allow my water to flow no matter what, no matter what. And I'm going to look for places that my water can flow in a different way. When it comes around forgiveness and resentment, if you can just think about, as you enter those situations, think about yourself as this beautiful, graceful blue water, right? Which means you're going to approach more gentle, but with a lot of force. When I say a lot of force, a lot of love. You know, love is very forceful, but it doesn't have to be. When we say forceful, we don't necessarily mean attack, right? But let your water forcefully, lovingly, gracefully flow in that meeting, in that situation with a loved one, in your home, community, whatever it is. But just for today, can you try being more like water today? Taking control of what you will allow in your spirit as far as being offended, right? I know that can be tough sometimes, but just for today, can we intentionally travel into work, school, play, whatever you're doing, thinking about being more like water, being more soft and flexible, and running into those places that we've not been before. Because, you know, we run into this thing or this meeting or these things with like boulders on our shoulders, right? And we're not able to get in people's lives that way. We're not able to be heard that way. You know, they put up their own boulders. The next thing you got two of you going at it, and neither one of you can get down the stream because you're carrying all this resentment and being offended and deep feelings that you can't get out in a way that is heard. And you just end up being tireder and tireder. And that's where I was. I've put my boulders down and I'm going to flow like water here in my home. And I am going to go into places in my home, in my situation that I've been unwilling to go in. I've been waiting on someone else to do it. Oh, well, they had their chance, right? So I'm going to let my water flow in places. And I did that yesterday. And it wasn't in a big way. And it wasn't like, dun, 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 everything is beautiful and solved by no stretch of the means, no way, no how. But we're closer. And I feel better today. I feel differently today. I slept differently last night. So if you can take one little piece of this and just apply it, even if it's just for today, to your interactions, think about yourself being water as you flow in your day. Can you flow in a way to be heard? Can you flow in a way that you can hear others, right? And you can forgive and let go of the resentment, like our recovery talked about, like taking a pair of scissors and cutting the fringe off of your life. These are those dangly things that follow us into our life, you know, and cut those fringes off and refuse to let resentment navigate your water. Let love navigate your water, even if it's just for today, as you flow in your life today. All right, let's see what we got here, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. Darlene said, I need to hear the subject. Thanks for just for today topic. You're welcome, Darlene. Darlene says, Miss Lisa, you must have been a fly on my wall. Everything you said happened. Don't tell people. Yeah. Just appear. No. Yeah, a lot of people tell me I have this skill, but I don't. It's just, I think when we're open and vulnerable to share what's going on in our own life, knowing that people could judge us and read something into it or whatever, I'm over that. At my age, I could care less anymore. But when we are vulnerable, Darlene, and you are so much, honey, I watch you all the time on your Facebook Lives. When we are vulnerable to share what's really going on, not the beautiful butterfly fairy dust mess, I'm talking real life. When we put it out there, right, someone else is going to grab a hold of it, right? So that's just what today is. Erin says it's all about the flow. Yep, it is. So as you navigate your life, guys, I hope you will flow like that peaceful river and be heard, be able to get in places that you've never, ever been allowed in before, that you're never, never been heard like that before, and that you can walk away feeling empowered, beautiful as the person that you are, and knowing that you were flowing like you should, and that you did the best you could, right? So flow like you should, knowing that you did the best that you could. That's just for today. So as you navigate your day, think about forgiveness. Think about attacking or entering into things a little bit differently, going places that you've never been before, and thinking about yourself like a beautiful body of water as you flow through your day. Darlene says, have a blessed day. And Angela says, thank you. Thank you, Angela. Thank you all for coming on this morning. Guys, remember, we're open. We'll be back on Wednesday and Friday to do some more Just for Todays. And this is just something short for you to think about just today as you travel out there, as I'm fixing to do. But guys, I love you. Remember, we're open. Promise Resource Network is we got live classes. We got all kind of things going on. If you don't know about us, please give us a call. There is our welcome desk number. Miss Kim Porter will answer the phone and get you to wherever you need to be, or get you to whoever you need to be, right? We're there for you. We're open from 8 to 4:30. Come check us out. We got live classes going on, 10, 11:30, and 1. And guys, please pass along the warm line number. This is just our confidential line that 24/7 is extension of our love and our arms at PRN. Peer support specialists are there to answer the phone, give you a loving heart, listening ears, and offer up encouragement. And sometimes just sit and listen, whatever you need. But pass this along. Keep this number handy for yourselves and others. Guys, I ask that you share this on your social media. You never know who needs to hear today about forgiveness, looking at forgiveness, and navigating forgiveness in a different way like water. So please pass this on. And I hope you found it helpful today. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and a free-flowing, beautiful flowing Monday as you see yourself navigating in life as that strong, powerful, but graceful, soft, and compassionate living water that we are. Let's go flow it out. Let's see how it comes out. And I hope you have a beautiful day and feel less resentment, less stressed, less feeling like you don't have serenity in your life, that each day you're getting closer and closer to that place that you feel free in your own home, in your own community, in your work. As Erin just reminded us, that's where the freedom is, right? Forgiveness is where freedom starts. It's win-win. So let's think about forgiveness, resentment a little differently today, even if it's just for today. Guys, I love you. Sorry for the glitches earlier, but you guys have a great day, and I'll see you Wednesday at 6:30. Love you.